This video is going to show some of the optional accessories that you might want for your professional sewing machine.
Hi, this is Sailrite's professional long arm 4-point machine, and what I want to show you here is a couple of the optional components that are very handy to have with this machine. The first being the Power Plus flywheel for the MCS CR system. By switching out the standard flywheel to the Power Plus wheel, you are gaining a gearing advantage because the diameter of the Power Plus wheel is quite a bit larger than the diameter of the standard wheel. You can clearly see the difference here. Belt groove area versus belt groove area for the Power Plus wheel. So we get substantially more power out of this wheel because of gearing. It also slows the machine down. The other thing is that this flywheel has a timing tooth belt arrangement to it. So teeth on the belt lock into the flywheel. It's not possible for the belt to slip on the flywheel, which in and of itself also increases power. Another gearing advantage is the fact that we use a cogged pulley on the motor as well, as opposed to the standard V-groove pulley, and the diameter of that cogged pulley is smaller. And what that does as well is, again, gives you another power advantage and decreases speed once again. In practice, the advantage of the Power Plus wheel is just tremendous slow speed control and startup speed. So for an amateur, this is definitely a component that you want to add to your package. You notice I can really just sort of creeper crawl through the material with this arrangement. My top speed isn't as good. Let me illustrate that. So I'm gonna, but that's still a respectable speed for most sewers. Run at a very slow speed, and I can stop with the needle down. I can run the foot control to stop with the needle up, and then I don't have to touch the flywheel to get going again. It's just fantastic control with the Power Plus wheel. Makes a big difference over the standard arrangement. And again, let's look at that range on the foot control. So we can start off very slowly, and then as we ramp up speed, you can see the enormous range of speed control. And my material's not long enough to get to the bottom of that speed control, but it's quite a range. It's really a very impressive device. I'm going to do it much faster so you can see the range here. And there, your top speed. So you've got a good amount of movement in the foot pedal. To this point, I've been showing you how to raise and lower the presser foot using the lifter on the back side of the machine. But the foot height is somewhat restricted using that lifting mechanism. You get much better foot height when you use Sailrite's optional foot lifting treadle for the professional machine. And it simply connects to the underside of the machine. And there's a linkage on this machine that controls the foot height from there. And all you do then basically is depress the pedal, and that will lift the foot. And notice we have 8 layers of sunbrella under the foot of this machine. When I lift it manually, you can see I get reasonably good lift under there. But if I'll leave it lifted manually, and I'll use the foot pedal on top of it. Watch how much additional lift I can get. So I'm getting at least another, oh, let's do it again. I'm getting at least another 1/8 of an inch or so on the lift of the foot. And that additional lift makes a big difference when you're trying to get heavy, thick items under the foot of the machine. But it also means you don't have to use your hands. So when you're sewing, you would be sewing along, and I want to turn this corner, so I'm going to stop with my needle buried. And now I would just press the pedal, lift the foot, pivot on the needle, and I'm ready to continue sewing. And so on.
Thanks for watching this video. If you have questions, be sure to give us a call at Sailrite.